Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky. We're here with day... Gosh, what day is it already? It's 24, right? We only have 5 more days left. I'm so excited. I know that didn't sound very excited, did it? Today we are gonna be doodling a monster. Because that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do today. Just as a heads up, I have been streaming on Twitch and will be on streaming on Twitch tomorrow from 7 to 8 a.m. and then again from 11 to 11:59 p.m. I will be streaming Splatoon 2. The test fires are happening and I'm super excited about that game. So if you guys want to go watch that, the Twitch link is in the description below. I also have a couple of VODs up of the Splatoon 2 test fires that I did today. Those will not be up on YouTube because Nintendo's terrifying with their copyright laws, and Twitch doesn't have any of that nonsense. So, all right, let's get into doodling some monsters. All right, more voice narration. Woohoo! So, today I decided to draw a merman slash octopus slash I don't really know what to call this thing. It's a lot of things bundled together. In the end, it kind of looks like a children's picture. So that's not what I was going for, but that's what it turned out to be. I didn't line it, and I just kept this sketchiness, which was awesome. Okay, so supplies used were my mono multi-point pencil, my XL Canson sketchpad, and my Copics and book markers. So instead of outlining it, I just colored it in, and that was it. And I gave him a bowler hat because I could. So yeah, this is pretty fun to doodle. Just doodling monsters. I've never drawn a monster before, unless you count Pokemon, which I don't think I do. Even though the Japanese game is Pocket Monsters. But anyway, it's actually the first guy-like figure, chest-wise, that I actually liked drawing. It actually turned out looking like a guy, which is good. Because most of the figures that I draw are female, and I draw males really horribly, as you've seen before. So this one took a little bit longer. It's sped up to 200%, so it took a little bit longer than the other days, which is fine. It's nice to have a little bit of longer one eventually. You can actually tell one of those lines there is wrong. I fix it with coloring, but I don't erase, so I just kind of left it in as like something interesting that was there. Sometimes I draw with my wrist and sometimes I draw with my arm, and I need to work on that. That happens all the time. Most of the times when I'm drawing small details, I draw with my wrist, which is bad. So yeah, I guess because I was completely obsessed with Splatoon today, I decided to draw a merman. The Splatoon 2 test fires have consumed most of my life and existence, and I guess that's just how I exist. But that hand is really nice. Hey, look, I drew a good hand. It's good. It's kind of good. I'm okay with that. Yeah. It mostly consists of basic shapes. It was just a fun little doodle of a monster that I did. And I like the coloring colors that I chose. The coloring colors. I'm gonna take a sip of my juice. Juice. So I've been talking a ton today. And actually here, I don't even cut it out because it just was the worst, and I wanted to say something about these Copics. So this is a Copic blue process marker. That's the color. And I've been having a lot of trouble with this. See, it ran all over the place. I've been having a lot of trouble with this particular Copic. All my other Copics are fine and great and dandy, but I have the refill for this one, and the marker is always really dry. You'll see in a minute. So I just filled it up. I just put a lot of ink in. You know, this is sped up 200%, so about 200% sped up footage worth of ink. And, okay, so the first 2 lines look good. You know, they look like they have a lot of ink in them. And then when I'm coloring in the whole area, it looks like there's not enough ink. See, look at that. It looks dry, doesn't it? I think it looks dry. So I go to fill it again, and I go to fill it on the tentacles. And one of the tentacles looks fine, and then all the rest of them look dry, and I can't figure out what's wrong with this marker. Is it the nib? It's just not holding any ink. I fill it up, and then it immediately is dry. I don't I don't know. I got really frustrated with this marker. I just wanted to leave this part in because I wanted to complain about the Copic marker for a little bit. But that's how I fill it up. I've seen a couple of videos on Copics, and I just drip it onto the blocky nib. And that's worked with all of my other Copics, except apparently this one. I might have to take out the nib and refill it, you know, normally. Or refill it without the nib there. But the nib on the other side got wet. You know, when you look at it, you take that cap off on the brush side, and if it looks wet, it's ready. And it did, and it is dry. It's good for one tentacle, and then all the rest of the tentacles look dry. Thinking back on it now, I probably should have added a little white gel pen to make eye glare, but I didn't, so this character doesn't have a soul. I decided not to put a soul in, apparently. Which is fine, you know, it happens. Still. It does, it looks like a child's drawing, really. I used a bunch of different colors, and most of them are blues and purples and skin color, obviously. I wanted to try and keep a theme here. And I decided that a character who lived in the ocean would probably not be very suntanned. Since he's like part octopus, he doesn't go up towards the sun very much. He's in mostly the depths of the ocean. So his skin color, if he had skin, would be like a whitish color. So I used milky white for his skin. That was the thing. I didn't put any shadows, really. The only shadowing, quote-unquote, that I did was with the bottom tentacles, the lower tentacles. I made them a darker blue just in general. It's not really shading, it's more of a color choice. So there's really no shading on this character. I didn't want to do that. I have to get up early tomorrow. And I gave his bowler cap green, because moss green and water. I don't know why those two go together in my head. I'm really satisfied all in all with this color palette, surprisingly. I didn't think I would. I'm pretty bad with colors, but for me to find a color scheme that I like is pretty rare. Oh my gosh, Sean, I have to get up in like 3 hours. Anyway, I used moss green for the trident, almost like it's covered in like a rusty moss. And I'm really, really happy with this little drawing here. It's super cute. And if the process blue had come out of the Copic as it should have, it would have looked much better. So that's it for today's video. What do you guys think of this piece or this little doodle here? Let me know. Alrighty guys, so what do you think? This was done really super quickly, but it turned into a mer person with the head of an octopus with a trident. I don't know why it turned into this, but it did. So that's kind of my my wacky little monster that I decided to do. I think it turned out pretty good. I do this thing in my sketchbook where I do these really sketchy pencil lines, and then I just go over it with marker, and I really like that aesthetic. So I think I'm just gonna, for like sketchbooks and stuff, not for final pieces, but for sketchbooks and stuff, I think I'm just gonna stick with that, which is fine, right? And as long as I like the aesthetic personally. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for more 30 Days of Learning. Remember, go check out my stream if you're even remotely interested in Splatoon 2, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!